If you want to subscribe to the live screen sharing room on DAX and watch every day the live trades I do on time during the market hours, the first hour of cash trading and then US session, and why I'm taking these trades, you can go on my Twitter page here at this name and click this on the pinned tweet here. This link which will prompt you to a paper subscription service which is have a small description here, and the first 2 days is free, then you can have free cancellation if you wish so, and then it's just 19 euros a month. So if you click login here, then this will prompt you to a subscription details, and then you will need to let me know about this so I can send you the password, and so you can be able to log in every day and watch the live screen sharing. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel here, which I upload every day the video after what happened after the European cash market closes, and this is the link here of the everyday recording after the market closes. So this is just free, so you can feel free to go here and just watch this. Hello everyone, so basically let's begin with the bigger picture and see where we are in terms of the weekly levels, still within previous week after Trump massive rally election week, still inside week at the moment with 680 is in point of control of previous week, which held multiple days support. Now we need to see if we go up towards 800s here and what it does, if it holds resistance once again for a short opportunity, or if it gradually break it out and go towards 11,000. Although you need to be aware that the momentum and the volatility might be low this week due to Thanksgiving in a day or so in the United States. So basically today we are still within yesterday's range, so we need to pay attention if price goes below 730s, what it does at 700s and yesterday's lows, and if it holds below that for a move down to 660s perhaps. In terms of upside resistance, we can see that price held resistance at yesterday's point of control here, which comes at 750. So if we have a retest of either point of control or 760s here, yesterday value area high, we need to look for a short opportunity and price can go down 700s again. Of course, we allowed this some time to trade the open and see at the cash open if it holds resistance as it does at initial balance midpoint here, and then if it goes below initial balance low, which comes at 722s here, then we're likely to go for a short opportunity towards 700s, 680s. I initiated a short position here against volume weighted average price and midpoint of initial balance 734s for an anticipation of a move, breakdown of initial balance low and a move towards 700, 680s eventually. Let's see if this happens. Scale out the first part of the position here. I used to have 3 profit targets, 10, 20 and 40 points respectively, so need to see now if it goes towards 700s. The idea of this short position is that this is yesterday value area here and pre-cash open, prior to cash open held resistance at point of control, now is moving away from yesterday's value area here, so perhaps needs to take down 700s and yesterday's low and generally see what it does there. Does it hold, does it go further down? Second scale out of the short position here. Now we need to allow to this trade to go, this is the 30-minute chart here, need to, as said earlier, moving away from yesterday's value, need to allow to this trade 30 minutes to see how this can be developed. If it breaks down yesterday's lows and if it goes lower, then we're looking for yesterday value area low down at 676 or so. So the rest of the trade is to be held for a expansion of these rates. As a first hour of cash trading range, we are still 27 points, so this is most likely to expand, hopefully towards the downside, as a range within the first hour. So price just cracked yesterday's low here and need to see what it does at previous day's point of control 696. If this is to go lower, we would like to target this previous weekly close here down 662s, although still within the midpoint of this week's range so far. So if it holds below 680s, we would like to see this down to 600s eventually. Perhaps too early to judge this now, but let's give it some time. Seeing some resistance here at the midpoint of this current first hour of cash trading range and below volume weighted average price here. What I would like to see is to go at initial balance low and hold resistance, then I will short again, likely to short again here for a continuation. Let's give it some time now to see how this first 30-minute candle of the first hour of cash trading will develop, if it closes fully towards the downside or if it manages to buy it back and have a tail perhaps, and what the next will do in reference with the first one if it flashes further down. Also on the daily chart here we can see after this massive intraday 700 points rally on Trump election, we are still flagging towards higher lows each and every day, so we need to see if this will stop and we have a down trend day, perhaps too early to say though, so let's see. So price held the lows here and bounced straight up inside initial balance area. I shorted again here as said earlier. Let's see if this candle will be bought and have a tail eventually, but let's give it some time to close first in 10 minutes. Perhaps this can have another retest at the lows, but generally this is what's going on each and every day after this massive rally. Every time price hesitating to go above 800, but then is holding previous day's lows, all these tails here, so we need to see if this will stop today or will just continue the same scenario. Shorted here again in anticipation that this is a resistance area and this will retest 700s. You can see here on the daily profile every low got taken down, then immediately bounced higher, so as today, every time holding the low, so we need to see if this can hold any kind of resistance against this 760, 750s area here and then trades down towards 700s again. Okay, so price held resistance and even failed to retest initial balance high at the midpoint here as it did pre-cash open. So the key level here is the European cash opening price and the initial balance low. If it holds support and just trades inside the initial balance and perhaps higher, or if it rejects this area said earlier and retest 700s or even lower. So this is the key level here basically, and this is where my entry is basically, so let's give it some time. Scale out here some of this position just to make it less risky, so let's give it some time to see if this finds any direction. Scale out further the position here, still holding short from early morning trading to see if we make a new low now. You can see the 30-minute here squeezed, sold off, then squeezed higher, held resistance at this point of control of yesterday's session, now failed to accept value again. Now need to see if we make a new low or this just will balance like this at the lows. Okay, so price currently at the low of the day here, looking to see if it holds any kind of support before the US cash market opens and then we bounce back up to 680s. Also looking at this profile here, as said this morning price failed to accept value within yesterday's value area and broke down yesterday's low. Now trading below the close of the previous week or Friday's low, so need to see if this will hold support. Next major support is 600, 580s here. Also be aware of the bigger picture that we're still at the low of the week and within the range of previous weeks, so we have an inside week so far. So need to see if it holds support at 600 then bounce higher, or a failure at 600 then 440s and price will likely to balance within this range down to previous week's value area low here. We need to see now if this can hold support, and I will insert a long position here. If we see a fake down, then a failure to extend, and then price moves higher for a move up to 670s. Initiated the long position here now against the lows. Need to see if we manage to go above previous low, then we trade towards volume weighted average price. We'll scale out at the bounce if this happens, although we need to see the 30-minute chart here and see how many supports here at T600 area should be good level for initiate long position, perhaps for a move higher. Every 2 weeks now in a row is holding support there, so we need to see basically when US comes. Also need to be aware that dollar index making new multi-year highs here, and euro dollar at the lows since this Trump election, 113 down to 105 now, testing previous. We'd like to see what it does at 105. 19 and generally 105 area. If this will break lower, then we're going back to 2002 levels. Scale out first part of the position here. Need to see if we have a follow through up to 670s or so, 680s area and volume weighted average price. Just flatten the long position here, no reason to hold this as we have weekly lows down to 600. It's better wait and see what it does there. Also tracking the nice tick here, and we can see negative prints here for indicating weakness at the open. So let's give this some time now. Just to have a look on the bigger picture here, you can see this area of support here. Now we need to see 600 retest, perhaps flash down at this area, and then need to see if we hold any kind of support. I initiated a long position here, perhaps too early, although better to wait for a flash down move then get back in. But I see divergence with nice tick here at the moment, so let's give this some time to see how this trade can develop and if this was the right choice, though perhaps too early. Lining the sun is this Monday's lows here, 593s, to see if it can hold down there, what it does, and if it holds support. Scale out first part of this long position here, very nice entry so far. What we need to see now is if this will be able to hold the lows here and move up to previous European low here at 620s, and then at US cash opening price, eventually up to volume weighted average price. You can see here the importance of weekly levels. This is previous week lows here. Price just held support to the tick here, so we need to see now if this will be a sustained support and go higher, unless we just trade sideways and then we make a new low. Although scaling out the position here is a good trading management option. Second scale out of the long position here, now leaving a break-even trade, or and wait to see how this can be developed, or if we will just flatten the position down at the lows. Again, to be aware of the bigger picture, weekly profiles here, you can see just support the previous week, balance week lows. Now we need to see if this can go up to 680s eventually, or if today's the day which breaks 600s and goes towards lower, less traded area here. At the moment held support. Scale out the rest of the position here, 30 points into the trade, very nice trade, so likely to go further upside, to be honest. Looking at the Bollinger Band here, if we focus on this, perhaps price can go all the way up to 680s, 670s level. Of course, need to see what it will do at 660s point of control and at volume weighted average price at the time. So basically looking a couple of things simultaneously here, but this was very nice entry down here, combination of many things. So price up in a straight line here since the lows. Need to see what it does at this volume weighted average price and if it goes there. can see here the divergence talked earlier about nice tick now hit extreme highs, so this indicates more uptrend here, so let's see how far. So price just on the volume weighted average price. If somebody is long here, better scale out the position here. So I initiated a short position here at 480, 680 is here, which is previous week's point of control. Need to see if this will hold as a resistance here, and also would like to see if it goes up to 700, what price will do there if it holds a resistance, which is value area high of today's session. A common pattern now, which is having initial direction, then every candle holding the previous candle's low and going higher and higher and higher. So I would like to avoid this going against me, so I flatten the short position here. Need to see better wait to see up to 700s what it will do. Also was talking earlier this morning about this every time after the Trump election here we going lower and holding support at previous days lows here and then keep having a tail, but on the other hand failing to go above 800s. So it will be very interesting when this breaks either upside or downside in the future, still within this range though. Give it another go and short it here at this after the close of this 30-minute candle here, so perhaps we see the last 30 minutes of European cash session to see any kind of pullback. We'll scale out the position volume weighted average price perhaps, although too aggressive to short something that's going straight up. Scale out first part of the short position here. Now need to see what it does on VWAP here and if it goes below towards the 650s area. So scale out second part of the short position now, break even position because looking for support now. Need to give this some time to see at the European cash close if it goes further up and stop me out or if it goes lower. So flatten the short position here, price holding support at the volume weighted average price, nice little trade here. Okay, so here we have a few minutes until the European cash close. Let's have a summary of what happened today. So price basically failed to accept value at previous day's range, value area here and point of control prior to European cash market open, failure to go higher, now moved lower, held support initially at yesterday's low, then extending all the way down to weekly lows. The bad trade was that this trade got scratched here while I held this for to see if the potential downside, and I missed the whole move, although a couple of nice trades here at the lows with divergence and a small short here for a pullback towards volume weighted average price.